All right, guys, let's take a look at one on the other side of the coin. This officer has little to no training and is clearly struggling with what should be a pretty easy situation to deal with. This suspect isn't even giving him much resistance. Okay, so first we see the officer really struggling to control the clinch. And again, this guy's not even really giving him much resistance, certainly not any good resistance. The cop luckily is able to trip his leg and take him down and lands luckily right in the mount. He doesn't understand what he's got and somehow gives the mount away for a half guard, which is obviously not as good a position. The guy sort of seems to comply a little bit. You can hear him, he's kind of on and off again, resisting verbally. And the officer goes to put cuffs on and just has to set his taser down. He's not trying to get him into a better position to control him, to get cuffs on him. What we typically do is try to get up to a north-south position and secure that arm. That gives you a chance to see everything, what's going on around you, and still maintain real good control of the suspect. Here's what that should look like. Okay, to start with, you keep your base nice and wide. Walk his arm up and use your body weight to keep it trapped. Wrap it around his head. It's what we call a gift wrap, or just a arm wrap. Step off of the mount now that you got him under control. Move up to north-south. Secure that arm to your body. Then you can put one cuff on. Move that hand behind his back. Rotate back to side control. Move that other arm around behind him. Possibly some verbal directions there to help him understand what's going on. And then get the other cuff in place. Now once he gets cuffs on, the guy goes back to fighting a bit. The officer is threatening to tase him repeatedly, trying to make him roll over. Again, doesn't really know how to control the guy's body. Again, the guy really isn't even resisting that much. He's just kind of squirming and being kind of passively resistant. And the officer still has no idea how to control him and force him into position. So the guy finally rolls to his belly. The officer is clearly uncomfortable going back to the ground, trying to kneel on his back. Just kneeling down beside him like he does later would certainly be an easier option from here. But he's holding this awkward squat while he's trying to get the guy to comply and roll to his belly, or continue rolling to his belly. Put his arms behind his back. He eventually tases the guy, which causes the guy to freak out and start moving. Although it really doesn't seem to do that much. Doesn't really do that much to the guy. Just makes him squirm and thrash a little bit. From here, he is just trying to get the guy in control, and the guy just refuses to stop squirming. He's threatening to tase him over and over, which clearly is not much of a threat. The guy doesn't really seem to care. He just wants to get up and get away. So he tases him again, and the cop decides to go back to his feet, which opens up him to get kicked by the guy, which he clearly does repeatedly. In my opinion, the cop would be so much better suited. Just put the taser away and grapple with the guy. Get to the mount, hold position, turn him over, get that arm wrap, and this would have been done a long time ago. Instead, the cop falls down, can't hold position. Instead of getting back up quickly and getting on top, he's, pushing at him with his feet or something, kind of kicking at him. He's super hyper fixated on that taser. Luckily, he's got a whole bunch of bystanders here that help out, and still they can't control this guy very easily. The guy helping is actually doing a good job. He controls his arm and tucks it behind his back and has kind of forced him over to his belly, while the guy with his other hand has grabbed the taser and is fighting for it. All of these bystanders actually do a pretty good job of just calmly walking in and smashing the guy to the ground and making him stop moving. If you guys are interested, I can do another video in more detail and show you how that whole north-south cuffing position works.